No one is going to play basketball like Michael Jordan. There's individuals out in the NBA, the top guys, they're never going to play basketball like that. But his mindset can be taught to everybody. That's something we all can take away from it.
My name is Michael Jordan. I play professional basketball for the Chicago Bulls.
32 seconds to go. A 1-point lead for Georgetown. 40 to 1. The time, 18. Shot! Jordan! Michael Jordan!
If I had to trace my evolution, the Michael Jordan evolution, it always had to start back in college. Hitting the shot against Georgetown in 1982 when I really didn't know exactly what I was doing.
North Carolina has won the 1982 NCAA championship.
It awakened a person inside of me to excel, to compete, to excel, to be one of the best, or be the best. That drove me, and I guess with that shot, it kind of ignited a fire inside of me that nothing was going to stop
This guy is an all-around champion. He's a superstar with countless adoring fans. He's a role model for millions of kids who just want to be like Mike. He's basketball great Michael Jordan, a guy who knows that hard work and commitment are necessary on the road to success. You grew up in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Right.
And life wasn't easy. You didn't come from a wealthy family, did you?
No. And my family was pretty much hardworking. My mother, when I was young, had 2 jobs. My father had 2 jobs. He was the type of guy who was mechanically inclined. I learned the hard work ethics that he basically used to live our lives.
What person had the biggest impact on your career?
My brother.
Your brother?
He's a year older than I. He's much smaller than I, and he was my challenge, my competition as a kid, basketball-wise or sports-wise. He wanted to excel, I wanted to excel. We competed against each other in the backyard in basketball. We ended up in fights, arguments, about the sport. So my determination came trying to beat him. And if I could beat him, I could beat anybody.
You said you stumbled upon your dream. Is the level of success you achieved far beyond anything you've envisioned?
Oh yeah, by far. I mean, I've envisioned myself playing as a kid, playing professional baseball. Because I started baseball when I was 6 years old, and I had most of my success as a child in baseball. And I really didn't have my success in basketball until in my later years. I never chased that dream of becoming a professional basketball player or even a professional baseball player. I just played the sport because I loved it. And because of the work that I put into it, next thing you know, success was kind of bestowed upon me without me actually chasing it. It just happened. I didn't think I would ever be this successful.
Based upon the fact that I work with the NBA, I had the opportunity to see you work within a group. And most people don't know that a lot of your success has to do with your ability to work within a group.
I like to be known as just one of the guys, just one of this team. We did this together. Michael didn't do it by himself. And when I'm with my teammates, I try to involve them in a lot of success that I've had. I mean, when we won the championship, I remember when Disney people came to me and said, well, could you do this? I'm going to Disneyland. What would you do after you just won a championship? I'm going to Disneyland. I said, I would not do it unless you include the starting 5, because I didn't do this by myself. I felt compelled to do that because I don't want to overshadow anyone. I love for us to be successful. And I believe, and I've always believed that when the team is successful, everybody shines. All the individual accolades that take care of themselves, everybody's going to blossom from this whole situation. So when I'm with my team, and you've seen it, I'm not going to be the one that overshadows everyone. I want your comments as much as his comments. If you're expecting me to carry the whole weight or speak the whole time, I don't want to do that. Because then I'm taking more of the responsibility. When you are just as adult as I am, you have an opinion just as much as I do. We need that to form this team. How difficult is it for you to be 100% here? It's tough. It's tough. I can't, I told my wife a while back, when all this was just starting to happen, I need a split.
I would never say I was cutthroat. I was a competitor. Cutthroat sounds like I'm a villain. I'm not. I'm a competitor to a point where if you're my opponent, if I knock you down, I'm not picking you up.
A good competitor always evaluates his opponent. You understand for what he really is, but you never try to give him confidence. You try to take it at all times. And sometimes it's easier to take confidence and sometimes it's harder. But mentally, I gotta find a way, and sometimes you have to trick yourself.
And see if all that trash talking starts when it's 0-0 instead of 5-6 point lead. That's where it starts.
You have to look inside yourself and find the different types of challenges from game to game. I look at who I'm playing against, look at some of the things that now I can focus and pull out to get me ready for the game. That's how I got myself motivated, but it wasn't the same every game. It was, I had to trick myself. I had to, more or less find a focus to go out and play at a certain level for whatever reason.
Kittles is knocked away by Michael Jordan.
Who were some of the guys you enjoyed competing against personally?
All the best. Bird, Magic, Patrick. Whoever was considered an elite player, doesn't matter. I enjoyed playing against them because they pushed me as a basketball player. Jordan rules. Is that what they call it? Yeah.
They call them the Jordan rules. But it was more of a physical challenge or a mental hurdle? Which one would you say it was more? The both. Physical? Both.
It was both. They like to junk up the game. They like to beat you down, hard fouls. If they played today, they'd be flagrant twos. I was beat down because of the physicality of what was happening within the game, and I didn't have it to compete with him.
Michael Jordan went down and he is grimacing in pain.
That's when I really started to physically build my body up, gear myself up for that type of beating.
Easy.
From that year on, I got stronger because that became as important as anything else.
Clyde Drexler. Who's the best? Michael Jordan or Clyde Drexler? That was kind of a conversation during that time.
Well, it was the best two guards at that time. I wanted people to know the difference between me and Clyde. It was always a comparison.
Yes.
And I didn't want it to be a comparison. I wanted it to be totally different. I wanted people to see that on the highest stage.
What about the last shot you ever took as a member of the Chicago Bulls? The last shot.
What was that shot?
Game 6.
Jordan left side.
I practice as if I'm playing a game. So when the moment comes in the game, it's not new to me. That's the beauty of the game of basketball. That's the reason why you practice. That's the effort. So when you get to that moment, you don't have to think. Instinctively, things happen. And the mentality of the leader, starting with Phil, getting to me, getting to Scotty, and then to the rest of the team was, okay, let's find a way to stay up top. That means we got to go this extra mile. We got to go a little harder. We got to go a little longer. You got to really kill teams. Send a message, send a sense of fear to whoever you're going to come in that building. We don't mess around. When you come in, you're 10 points down.
Jordan. Oh, yeah. Where did he go?
All those things we were trying to send that message.
Tell us about your rivalry with the Knicks.
What rivalry?
That rivalry, man, I'm telling you, boy, that was a real rivalry.
Anybody that was trying to take something from us, that's a rivalry.
Michael Jordan and Xavier McDaniel having words.
Every game we play, we try to send a statement. You know, we're trying to make sure they don't gain anything on us.
For the loose ball, but he's followed up Jordan with the recovery, and Jordan is fouled.
It's like fighting your big brother or little brother. You know, you gotta let them know who you are. This is where you belong.
Jordan trying to shake off Starks. Oh, what a move by Jordan! It counts.
I don't care where you think you are. This is where you belong.
Jordan!
And every game was like that, proving ground. You know, trying to gain that extra edge.
Was fear of failure a motivator?
I never feared about my skills, you know, because I put in the work. Work ethic eliminates fear.
Yes.
You know, so if you put forth the work, then what are you fearing? You know what you're capable of doing, what you're not.
This whole thing about you practicing.
And every day in practice was like that to me. It was a competition. So when the game comes, there's nothing that I haven't already practiced. It's a routine. You know, whatever happens in the game now, okay, I've done this before.
Short for the win.
Repeat the following after me and then fill in the blank. The greatest thing about the game of basketball is...
The greatest thing about the game of basketball to me is the passion, the love that I have for it. Because when you have love for anything, you'll go to the extreme to maintain that love. That's what love does. It love drives you to do everything you need to maintain that connection. If I didn't have the love for the game of basketball, all the things that I just panned out to you in my career would have never been achievable for me. But it was truly my love for the game that kept me pushing to be the best basketball player that I could be. To be the best at anything, you gotta have a certain love for that to make you overcome all the obstacles that's gonna be thrown in your way.